All right, folks, two more Black women have filed lawsuits against the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C., alleging racist, sexism, and preferential treatment towards white police officers. This is the third lawsuit against the MPD in the past 4 months. Joining us right now, former and current officers Lisa Burton and Felicia Carson, along with their attorney Pamela Keith. Glad to have all three of you here. What is the basis of your suit, Lisa and Felicia?
Lisa.
Hi, how you doing? The basis of my suit is basically the discrimination, and I work in internal affairs and witnessed that some of the internal affairs agents themselves that are supposed to police the police are actually racist, in my opinion. They do and say things that they shouldn't do, and it brings into question their ability to actually investigate the officers and the members in the community.
Felicia?
Hello. So the basis of my complaint is discrimination for using family leave to care for my daughter who was diagnosed with leukemia, and then also retaliation when I complained about the now commander, Sean Conboy, who is my official, complained about this low performance rating, which he most likely knew would have cost me my position as a senior police officer. When I complained about that, then now Assistant Chief Manapaz didn't like it. So he terminated me. And also, I was working on a case where Manapaz covered up the officer's misconduct. So I was just terminated.
This is, as we said, Pam, this is the third lawsuit. Do you expect more, or are there plans for this to be a class action lawsuit? Where is this headed?
So thank you, Roland, for having us. There are more plaintiffs in the wings. It's, the reason that this one is a little bit unique is because it does give us a peek into internal affairs. My client, Felicia, mentioned Assistant Chief Wilfredo Malapaz. He is the Director of Internal Affairs. And so what a lot of people out there don't know is that the power, the decision-making power of internal affairs is concentrated essentially in one guy. He has the authority to decide who goes to a disciplinary review board. He decides whether they're going to negotiate down discipline that's recommended or not. And so what happens is that, right now the MPD is trying to say, it's the trial board that put these bad officers back to work. And that is a misleading oversimplification. The trial board decision and the control of the trial board and who gets a trial board is really a decision made functionally by one guy with the ratification of the chief of police. And that's why it's so problematic if that one guy is racially biased. In this case, he is.
So in terms of, again, with these suits, have you heard from any of the city council members or any others weighing in on their thoughts if this is institutional problem, how Black women are being treated in this department?
Well, yes and no. I mean, we have made contact with a few city council members. We are struggling right now to try to get the chair of the Judiciary Committee to hold a hearing on this as a standalone issue. Racism, sexism, and systematic culture of retaliation in the MPD. It's not just part and parcel of the annual performance review of the MPD. It is so important and such a problem that we have 16 Black women who have filed suits at this point, just from my firm alone. And my question is, Roland, if 16 Black women with the kind of stellar reputations that my clients have is not enough, then just how many is? 20, 35? Our phones are still ringing off the hook with people seeking representation. So I think the city council is punting. Their attitude right now is, the attorney general can deal with this. Well, the attorney general may be able to deal with the legal component, but you're still getting a neon sign telling you got a management problem and culture problem at MPD. That is not an attorney general problem. That is a city council and mayor's office problem, because they're the ones elected by the people of the city to oversee and run MPD. And they're acting like these management problems are not a big deal, because when Black women speak up about being mistreated, it's just not a big deal.
Felicia and Lisa, have you had issues? First of all, have both of you heard from other women who are considering stepping up and also filing suit?
Yes, I've heard from several women. I still work there, and the problem is the fear. Everyone is paralyzed by fear. People have their own reasons for not stepping up. They're afraid of the retaliation, obviously, because the command staff will bully you, and they will investigate you. They'll bully you. They'll harass you. They'll do anything to keep you silent. And then the other part of it is people, they have families, and they just feel like that we've been marginalized to the degree that our voice does not matter. And so, yes, to answer your question in short, yes, there's several people that want to come forward, but everybody's afraid.
Felicia?
Same as Lisa. Not more so women, but I do know that there are men, Black men, that, again, watch myself be retaliated against and terminated, watch Lisa be discriminated against and retaliated against. We both moved out of IED, but they're afraid. When I say the retaliation is real and it's blatant, I mean, I understand, but I don't. Like, I get that people don't want to go through anything, but if you never stand up, then what? I had a Black female who watched me, watched my discrimination, watched my retaliation, watched me moved out of IED, who said to me how angry she was because, in her words, this can happen to me. And guess what? It did happen to her. And she feared that she would be put out of IED. So it's like Lisa said, it's fear.
Fear. Roland, if I may, I just want the audience to understand who they're talking to. Felicia Carson has been with the MPD for 29 years. She was in IAD for 19 years, right? Lisa Burton had extensive background in Homeland Security before she came to MPD. She's an investigator with extensive experience. And she got moved out on the whims of individuals who just didn't want to be bothered with people who would speak up and stand up and counter racist and discriminatory behavior. Now, the problem is if they can get rid of top quality performers like Felicia and Lisa, then everybody feels like they're in jeopardy. Everybody feels like they're walking on eggshells. And that is the culture of MPD. It is a toxic workplace, especially for Black women. And people are fearful all the time.
All right. Folks, I appreciate all three of you coming on. Thank you so very much. And we'll be following this case, see what happens next. Backdrop roll mark unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punching!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A Black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay Black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?